Tropical Storm Ernesto is currently gaining steam in the Caribbean and could become a hurricane as it tracks just north of Puerto Rico by tomorrow. Western Mass News reporter Addie Patterson joins us live in studio after speaking with local organizations ready to help those in need. Addie?
Abby, officials in Puerto Rico have activated the National Guard and canceled classes in public school in preparation for Ernesto. Everyone there is being told to prepare for the possibility of a widespread power outages. And the local organization I spoke with today says they're ready to lend a helping hand if needed. Tropical Storm Ernesto bringing heavy rain, storm surge, and gusty wind to the Caribbean on Tuesday as it approaches the U.S. and British Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. The storm could gain hurricane strength by Wednesday. Western Mass News stopped by the local Holyoke organization Enlace de Familias to learn how they assist those coming in from the islands during these types of situations.
We help them understand what resources are in the area. We help them understand things like banking, education, how to register your kids in school.
Western Mass News caught up with the executive director of the organization, Frank Martinez. He tells us while they're closely watching Ernesto, concerns remain relatively low at the moment.
Individuals in Puerto Rico do go through these type of hurricanes, and there's a hurricane season, and they understand what effects that can have. We do keep an eye on the category of the hurricane that's coming through to better understand if people are going to be coming to the island.
Martinez also tells us they've been checking in with local residents, making sure everyone's family members back home on the islands are safe.
What we're doing is just monitoring the issue, definitely talking to families in the area, and we do get calls letting us know, hey, if we need to bring somebody by, what are your operating hours and stuff like that when these things happen.
Forecasters say Ernesto could make it to a Category 3 hurricane status later this week, adding that the storm could eventually cause problems for parts of the U.S. East Coast and the Bahamas. Reporting live in studio, Addie Patterson, Western Mass News.